The best of most country, Hoppy Valley's Big Froggy 101, Hopper on the afternoon hop home. In the studio right now, our very special guest, Marlee Scott. How are you?
I'm happy to be here.
And you're learning already. You are a fast learner, Marlee. We always appreciate that.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
The first thing you mentioned walking into the studio was there's just frogs everywhere.
There really is. I like frogs a lot. I actually think they're really cute, so it makes me very happy. Because I like, if I'm at a pond, I look for frogs. I want to, pick them up and say, oh, you're so cute.
Well, Mr. Froggy's our mascot. I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
Well,
so.
Someday maybe I'll get a chance to meet him. It would be a highlight.
Marlee's here promoting your brand new single, Trainwreck, which just hit radio not too long ago.
Yes, Trainwreck. It's, it's a quirky song. It's about, I like to say it celebrates the bad date. But the song, we've got Vince Gill featured on it singing harmony vocals, which is, of course, a dream come true for me to have to be able to work with Vince. That's amazing, especially this early on in my career. And the song, the verses are almost kind of this rock, and then all of a sudden the chorus goes into this bluegrass, and there's a little bit of a rap almost at the end. So it's definitely an interesting song, and I think people would really like it.
How did Vince get involved in the recording of the song?
I have a very good manager. We actually were in the studio recording the song, and my producer and I were talking about how great it would be to get that kind of bluegrass sound, that vocal on the choruses. And Vince's name came up, and we mentioned it to my manager, and he said, well, I know Vince. I'll ask him. What's the worst he could say is no, right? So he approached Vince and said, hey, I got this new artist I'm working with, and here's the track. Take a listen. We'd love you to sing on it. And Vince took the song home and listened, and called Jerry back the next day and said, yeah, I'll sing on it. I really like Marlee. I like the song. So I lucked out that way. It was one of those moments that we all kind of went, what? He's actually going to do it? So it was very exciting. And he's such he's a great guy and very down to earth, and I'm very lucky.
Definitely. And we posted the video on BigFroggy101.com in our new artist spotlight, and it's definitely a funny way to look at the song, because it might not be the initial image you have in your head the first time you hear it.
Yes, yeah, we didn't want to go exactly what the song says. We wanted to kind of take it out of that a little bit and make it a little bit more fun. And so we've got these three girls that are train wrecks in their own right, and one's kind of this butchy girl, one's this super nerd, and one's this really kind of prissy girl. She's got her little Chihuahua puppy that's all dressed up with her, and they're basically on a speed dating round, and they end up basically scaring away all the guys that come their way. And so I take them aside, and I kind of become their fairy godmother, per se, and help them with their image, and help them with their manners, and kind of make them ladies. And there's this big reveal at the end of the video, and it's kind of fun. We've got this walking scene that we're all kind of at slow motion, and it's kind of fun.
And how about we play Trainwreck live in the studio right now?
Awesome, all right.
Live in the Big Froggy 101 studio, Marlee Scott.
She's the kind of crew you feed over coffee at the church social. And thank the Lord for your luck, begging just to bring you closer. Then you take her to a fine restaurant and you buy the girl a drink. Next thing
Very nice. Live at the Big Froggy 101
Thank
studio.
you.
Marlee Scott, great job.
Oh, thanks.
I think I know that girl. Went to high school with her or
I think
something.
we all know that girl.
And you are a songwriter, but you didn't write Trainwreck.
I didn't.
Actually, you had some great help on that song. Marcus Hummon, Jet Hughes, and Sarah Buxton.
Yes.
And I think Sarah's influence is the one that definitely stands out the most, because Sarah's pretty known for having that quirky kind of
Yes.
twist in her songwriting.
She's so great, and you know, it's funny, I was actually out about 6 weeks ago to a show that she played, and it was just a little acoustic show, and Jed got up and actually played the song with her, and it was really fun to hear her do her version of it, because she wrote the song, and so she just brings a different vibe to it, and yeah, she's a great talent.
Now, how did you know Sarah beforehand? Did she hear you singing and think, well, this would be great for Marlee Scott, or how did you kind of come across the song in the first place?
This song actually was introduced to me by Marcus Hummon, who's the other co-writer on the song, and Marcus, I mean, he's written songs like God Bless This Broken Road, Born to Fly, Ready to Run, so he's a hit maker in himself, and I had just written with him, and so I got to know him a little bit better, and he sent the song over to my management office and said, I think Marlee would fit this song great. And so they sent it to me, and I went, yeah. I think I listened to it like maybe 1.5 times, and I was on the phone with him going, you need to put this song on hold. It's fantastic. And it's just turned out to be one of the favorites to play live, and of course in studio like this. It's just I think a song that a lot of people, as you said, can go, I know that girl. And I think that's a lot of fun for people.
And it seems like, you know, the older I get, and I'm not that old, even though I feel
You're
it
not.
sometimes. Okay, well, how old do you think I am? 26.
I was going to say.
See, now I really
late
feel
20s.
I'm insulted now,
early 30s.
Marlee.
You're not insulted. You can't be. You can't be insulted. Late 20s, early 30s, it's around. We're the same age. I'm 26.
All
so
right.
there you go.
All right, now I can't be offended.
You can't be offended because I'm never going to think that someone is the same age as me. I'm going to think that they're older than I am.
I always purposely aim low. That way I can never risk insulting somebody.
No, I would say you're right. And I'm sorry.
Okay, apology accepted. I was saying that the older I get, it seems like, you know, more and more people I went to high school with. Now Facebook makes the whole creepy,
Yes.
stocky thing really, really easily, but it seems like a lot of people I went to high school with, you know, they may have been the head cheerleader or captain of the football team. Things might not be going the best for them so far.
Yeah, it's weird because it changes a lot. You look back, it's funny that you mentioned that because, yeah, Facebook, you go on there and you see people that you went to school with that might have been like the popular girl in school and this and that, and now they're having babies and they're getting married and they're doing all these things that you go, wow, I didn't expect you to be at that point in your life, or I didn't expect you to do that with your life, and it's interesting because, yeah, you can, of course, again, listen to a song like this and go, okay, did so-and-so end up being like that train wreck girl?
Most likely to succeed, not anymore. How wrong we were. The class of 2004. And you're going all over the country right now in support of Trainwreck.
Mm-hmm.
What has been your favorite part of the country so far? And I assume you might be saying Happy Valley and State College right here, just because...
You know, I actually do really like it here. It's quite beautiful. I think that I really love Norfolk, Virginia, because I do love the ocean. So I really enjoy being there. And Seattle and Portland were fun. But again, it's like every place you go, it's kind of, you get to see things that you didn't even know existed. And the last few days, we've actually been driving through New York State and New Jersey State and through Pennsylvania. And again, it's like a whole new experience seeing these places. So, and they have beauty in their own right. So it's pretty cool just to see everywhere in general. I love it.
And we were talking before we went on the air, you were saying you were in Michigan one night,
Yes.
then drove 15 hours nonstop down to Atlantic City.
We did, yes. Yeah, we had a shop in Traverse City in Michigan, which is way northern Michigan, and basically the next day we drove all day. My manager is also a very talented bus driver. So he got in the bus and, started driving, and we made it there all safe and sound, but it was a very long drive. By the end of those long hauls, you're kind of going, okay, I'm ready to get off a moving vehicle now. I need to be on solid ground, and when you go to sleep that night, you're used to kind of feeling the vibration of a bus, and you don't, and it's weird.
Now, for anyone who's never done like a cross-country road trip like that, how do you just kind of function being on the road for 15 hours straight? Like, how do you survive without just kind of going stir-crazy, being locked up in a bus the entire time?
I like to snack a lot. No, I do like eating snacks a lot. It's really bad because I always tell the guys on the bus, I say, don't bring like chips and things because I'll eat them, and I'm not supposed to eat stuff like that. And you know, we snack, we play games. We've got board games on the bus. We've got a game called Apples to Apples. I'm not sure if you're familiar
I've played that
with it.
before.
It's a fun game, you know. We play that, and so we, you know, we've got some TVs on the bus, luckily, so we can watch TV or we can watch movies. And the other day we kept ourselves busy by watching. Actually, we videotaped our show the night before, and so we watched that the next day, and that was kind of fun to make fun of ourselves and kind of pick apart the show and go, okay, we could make this better. We could do this, and then of course pick out little quirky things that each other did and go, ha ha, you did that. You look like an idiot. So it's you definitely find ways for sure. You sleep, you know, things like that.
Now, the one road trip I've ever done like that was a couple years ago. Went to Disney World with my family,
Oh, that would
and
be a
being
long haul,
locked
yeah.
up in a van for 2.5 days with my family because they didn't want to fly.
Yeah.
That just the tension started to flare. So do tensions flare on the bus too, or do you kind of just purposely try to keep things as calm as possible where it doesn't kind of carry over to your show that night?
I think that for the most part we have a really good group of people out with us. That's really important to me, and so we make sure that we pick, you know, band members and people that are going to be on the road that we all get along and everybody has a good attitude. And definitely, I mean, of course, someone might rub you wrong at certain times, but you just kind of go to your bunk or you go to a different part of the bus and you just kind of go, okay, leave me alone. I'm going to
throw the iPod on
exactly.
or the Kindle.
So it's okay, but it is a different story when you are in a van or in a car with people. I mean, of course, you can get bored. People can get on each other's nerves. I mean, it's pretty normal. I think if you're stuck in any situation that you're with the same people for a long period of time, that you're going to get a little antsy.
And I love my family to death. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, you know, just one of those things where if you miss a turn, this is before GPSs were, you know, prevalent. So yeah,
the iPhones had the GPS on them. Yeah.
Yeah, someone trying to read the map and, you know, holding it upside down or whatever,
Yeah.
and by the time we got to Disney World, I think we were all kind of pretty happy to kind of go and explore.
You were in the happiest place on earth.
Yeah.
So, you know, it made up for it, right?
A little bit.